What up, y'all? I'm back. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Forgive me for my no editing skills because I'm still trying to figure this out. I'm telling y'all, I'm new to this, so I'm gonna figure it out sooner or later. But you know, I be pressed for time sometimes. But hey, that rhymes. But anyway, y'all seen the title? Who said education had to cost? Now, if you anything like me, it really got you thinking, like, man, what does he mean by that? Like, what's going on? Man, it's simple. Mind over actions is something that I truly have put my passion and my all into because I feel like people go through things in their lifetime that they don't ever get a chance to talk about. I feel like people should have an opportunity to be able to open up and be vulnerable about the personal problems and issues that they deal with in their life that nobody knows about, so that they can move on with their life and become closer to God. And those are the things that I dealt with not having a mom and dad, with going through the situations that I've gone through, with, you know, moving around, going from state to state, being unstable for 10 plus years. I dealt with a lot of depression. I dealt with a lot of anger issues. I dealt with a lot of stress, just trying to figure out, you know, where my life was headed and where I was going. Who said education had to cost comes from me just thinking like, man, who set that paradigm? Who said that you had to go to college to get a degree and then you work your 9-to-5 job? Who said that that was the norm? Who said it? You know? And when I ask that question, I just can't think of anybody who just can answer it. That's just what, you know, our parents tell us, and that's just what we're told, and I guess that's the norm, you know? Nobody ever asked me about who I was or what I truly wanted to do or what my passion was. People would ask me when I was in high school, what college are you going to? I didn't know myself, and I didn't even really know how to answer that because I didn't even really want to go to college. But in the situation that I was in the circumstances, I went. But when I went, I knew that I wanted to help people, and I knew that I wanted to be a person that could give back to people, so I did go into social work. But I didn't even fully understand myself as a person because I had just turned 18. I had been moving from house to house. I had been pretty much unsupervised and doing my own thing and just kind of living my own way because I didn't necessarily have a parent, you know, there that was just telling me, you know, right from wrong or telling me what to do. And I guess that a lot of what I went through is just a result of my mistakes, and I learned more from my mistakes than I did in any grade. And who said education had to cost? A lot of my life lessons, a lot of the things that I use on my day-to-day life and every day is what I learned as I got out of school. And school doesn't teach you those things. School doesn't teach you about who you are. It doesn't teach you about your spirituality. It doesn't teach you about how to deal with stress, anger, anxiety. Like, we don't learn those things. And I want mind over actions to be something that people can really come to and say, man, you know, I got this thing that I'm dealing with on the inside and I don't know how to express it. That along goes with, you know, communication and understanding that communication can help you to release these things that you hold on to on the inside. Now, education can come from your life experiences. Everybody in this world has gone through something, has dealt with something, and it brings me back to one of my quotes where I said, there's always a reason, but it's never an excuse. There's always a reason why somebody does something. Nobody's just bad just because they're bad. People do things because mentally they're messed up. Mentally they're stressed out. Mentally they've been through some paradigm in their life that they don't know how to talk about. I was that same person. I had no idea that I was lost. I had no idea that I really didn't even know anything about myself, and I had lived for 18 years. And when you start finding out things about yourself, and God starts to help you see who you are, you start to come into not having to worry about, you know, things that you can't control. You start becoming, you know, a better person as far as having character, integrity, honesty, and transparency. Education shouldn't have to cost. Education should come from each one teach one. Should come from somebody that really has the passion to say, man, I went through some things, and I'm not just going to get to this place of success and have success and then not teach it back. because you got to think about our generation after, us. When I leave this earth, I want my kids to know that I left something behind that they can learn from and that they can teach their kids from. Because that's what it's really about, and that's what it should be about. And I just want to challenge people to think outside of the box, be different, change the cycle, and set the standard for a better way of life. Let's change what we think is the norm. Let's go outside of, what we're told that we should always do. Let's change that, and I'm stepping out on my faith and trusting in God and the things that I've been through in my life. And man, it's the best decision that I ever made. And I'm just trying to share that. Mind over actions. I'm out.